Hi, this is Ken Scrippa again with the Phoenix iMarket Success Team, and we're still in our working in our 100-day challenge, and it's going great. And today I want to talk about what I learned from Vic Strayhouse in the Empower Network Inner Circle audio talk that he did. And Vic Strayhouse is very successful in the Empower Network organization, and as well as I am in with Empower Network too. And so the first thing he said to do is you have to know your destination. You have to be very clear on where you want to go, and you have to have a clear vision of that. And so if you have that, the more clearer you can get on that, the better it is. If you know where you're going, then it's easier to get there. And if you have any stumbling blocks along the way, obstacles, it won't affect you. It's not going to stop you if you know exactly where you're going as far as your business. So number two, he said, you have to write it down. You have to write a clear picture of where you want to go, and he said you have to write your dream statement. So whatever your dreams are, like for a typical day, how your lifestyle, and then you can write a typical day, um, typical month, or typical year. How you want your lifestyle to be. Write down an exact you know, write down everything the way you want it, exactly how you want your lifestyle to be, in exact detail. And so, um, excuse me, so he said when you write that down, then you want to read it out loud every day, twice a day, once in the morning and once in the evening. And that ties in with the Think and Grow Rich activity where you write down, exactly how much money you want to make, and your plan for getting it, and what you're going to do, how you're going to serve other people to get that money. And you want to read that one out loud every day too. So you want to read this daily, your daily lifestyle dream every day. So he said that is crucial. And then success, network marketing, success secrets is what I'm talking about today. And also any kind of marketing. You could use this for anything that you market, network marketing, affiliate marketing, anything, small businesses, whatever you want to do. Uh, number three is you want to take massive action. Whatever you're doing, positive, massive action in the right direction. Um, to believe your lifestyle that you're dreaming for, dreaming of, is positive, and that you believe it is possible. And then he was talking about you want to act like the person that you want to become, excuse me, the leader that you want to be, or the person that you want to be, however much money they're making, and however, you have a dream of that person, of what you want to be, then you have to act like that person, not be phony. You want to be yourself, but you want to, think like that person, talk like that person, associate with people that are successful like that person that you want to be. So, and you have to believe it's a possibility for yourself. It's possible for me to have that. That's how you got to believe. And then he said you have to claim your territory. Um, you you have to took notes here. So you have to you have to really believe, and you have to really see who you want to be in your mind in exact detail. And then he used some examples, like he used the example of Roger Bannister, was the first one to run under a 4-minute mile, and they asked him how he did it, how he's successful, and he said he did it in his mind first. He showed himself, doing it, and thought about it, saw himself in his mind doing it before he did it before he actually did it physically. So you want to do that, and so then he was talking about you want to put your stake in the sand, or your stake in the ground, or really believing in yourself, and that you are going to do it. You're not going to let anything negative detract you from your dream. And then he's talking about communicating with your list, communicating with people in your downline, or communicating with people in your on your team. And he says, he doesn't tolerate negative people or anything negative, and he doesn't tolerate that on his team. He said he might lose a few people, but that's okay, and just don't allow that on yourself. Just stay positive, and all throughout, he'll say, to read uh, positive books and listen to positive audios that are like on the inner circle of Empower Network. And then your actions are better, louder than words, of course. And so we all go through, struggles. We all go through turbulence. Use the airplane analogy, like that has turbulence. But just like most airplane flights, you're going to get through the turbulence. You're going to go to a higher altitude, get the smoother ground. Same thing with issues in your life. You're going to overcome it. Excuse me, you just got to get through it. You got to keep working and stay positive. And, read your dream statement often. Listen to positive audios. Excuse me. I got something in my throat. And, to stay positive. And everybody struggles. Everyone that is successful, has gone through, struggles and hardships, and that makes you stronger. That's going to make you better. That's going to make you able to, be a better person and be better when you do reach success. People that are just given money, they have no strength. They didn't have to struggle for their money, and so, our struggles make us strong. And so then anyway, he was he was talking about use the language. The next secret of success: use the language of success. You have to use positive statements. Like I am going to do this. I'm going to make money. I'm going to make $100,000. I'm going to make, whatever your dream is, $30,000 a month. $50,000 a month. I'm going to be a millionaire. You have to make positive statements. Do not use, and he said, don't use the language of failure. And the language of failure is the opposite. Like, oh, I'm going to try this, or maybe I can do this, or I'd like to try to make some money, and that sort of thing. So the next thing he talked about was like use the iceberg analogy, and like how an iceberg is mostly submerged underwater. Well, the things that we learn, it's just like on the surface, but we have to go underneath. We have to learn, the deeper levels of this business. And so he's talking about, a lot of the learning is below the surface. And then he talked about he met Les Brown, or Les Brown was talking about how to be successful, and he said one of the things he does is he reads daily. He reads every day, and so does Vic, and so do like every leader that I've heard that's successful, either in Empower Network and some of the leaders in other companies that are successful. They all read every day to give value to themselves and to their team and to others that want to learn. And that's how they teach people, by the things that they learn, and you got to read daily. And, a lot of people are just sitting on the couch eating potato chips, watching TV. Well, you're not going to realize your dreams, if you're doing that. So you got to start reading. And, you know, you can go all in. Vic was talking about, get all the products in Empower Network. Just be committed. Commit to the business. Go to the events. Go to Denver. Be committed to doing that. And that's what you're going to do to be successful. And then Vic mentioned two books that he's read that are good. He recommends. The first one is Bring Out the Best in People. I didn't get the author. The second book was The Signs of Getting Rich. And he said those are two real good books to read. And associate with people that are successful. Don't tolerate negativity. Don't be around people that are negative. And if you have a non-supporting spouse, you know, he said just ignore them. You don't want to get a divorce or anything, but just ignore them and make yourself work harder. You're going to show them, you're going to show your wife or your husband, that you're going to do this no matter what, and just kind of ignore or try to stay away or not, get into confrontation and so forth. But you can explain to them that this is what you really want to do. You have passion, and you're going to do it, and you're going to be successful. And then make yourself work even harder. That you want your dreams. No one's going to stop your dream. Don't let them. But just be honest with them. But try to ignore. If they keep at you. To try to steal your dream. Don't let them steal your dreams. You have to be strong that way. And he's saying again, he doesn't tolerate negativity from people, in himself or other people. And then he was saying, I've heard other leaders say this, don't take advice from someone who's worse off than you. So if somebody's working a 9-to-5 job that they hate, and they say, oh, this is never going to work, you don't want to take advice from someone like that. If, someone that's successful, millionaire, or whatever, someone making money in this business, and they tell you to quit, then maybe it's time to quit. But I don't think I don't think they would tell you that. If you're willing to do the things that it takes, do whatever it takes to be successful, and you commit yourself, you're doing all the steps that they recommend, then you will be successful. That's the bottom line. So don't listen to negative people. And then Vic talked about, because we're marketers, develop a marketer's mindset. The eye of the marketer, as Vic called it. Wherever you go, you think of where you could place an ad. Like Vic used an example, like in the restrooms, like they have ads above the urinals. There's ads. So there's unique ways to do advertisement where you can place your ads. And look and think about that. Think how you can place ads and try different things, be creative. So he talked about that. He said success is a decision. You make a decision to succeed, that I'm going to do it no matter what. And you have to keep reinforcing that with positive thoughts, positive affirmations, writing your statements down and reading them out loud every day. And make a plan, make have a plan, have a daily schedule, develop your daily schedule. You want to have a certain amount of time that you work on yourself. You can do meditation, I do that, I do a form of meditation, and reading out loud affirmations, self-talk. And then you can spend some time 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours researching on traffic, learning how to get more traffic, learning about sales and marketing. I have sales and marketing books, I've got them lined up that I need to read, and not to mention personal development books and audios. And so you want to do that, and um, of course, as Empower Network always stresses, and they're part of their 8 steps for being successful. Blog daily, video daily, and so these are going to help. And then you want to replicate your success. You want to teach your downline. You want to teach your team to do the same thing you're doing, and they're going to follow what you do now, not what you say. So they're going to do what you do. So you have to act, take positive, massive action, and then teach your team to do that. Get committed, go all in, go to Denver. That's a way to success. So those are my secrets for today. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you tomorrow, and you have a good evening. Take care. Bye. And join my team. We're going to make money. We're going to make, your goals. You want to be a millionaire. You want to make $50,000 a month, $100,000 a month. We're going to do it. Join my team. Thanks.